Well, today's the day that we start painting this fire truck body red, and I couldn't be more excited. I took the liberty of taking the spray paint cans down to my local hardware store and had them shake them all up in their paint shakers. They advised me against it, but my tennis elbow has been flaring up and I just couldn't shake them on my own. Are you guys ready to paint this? Well, let's get going then. Nothing to see here. We'll be right back. After that small little snafu, you can obviously see I was able to get the body back together as if nothing ever happened. So let's start painting. The key is to do extremely light coats. Oh God, just give me 1 second here. I really think so.
Hey guys, welcome back to RevRender Garage. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. Check out some of the other videos. We got a lot of great content. Today, we are focused on getting this painted red. And before we can do that, we actually have to sand down the primer. So we are going to do that first thing, and then we're going to get to painting it red. But I am gonna say, if you haven't seen either of the first two videos, check one out here and check the other one out here. I highly suggest you catch up on the series and see what we've done so far. In the last video, you saw me talking about there being a few small imperfections in the body even after it was all primered. The primer ended up showing some surface cracks that you couldn't see before the primer went on, and there was a few little pock marks on some of the edges. And so what I did is I got some of this, recommended by ChatGPT, and it's Bondo Glazing Spot Putty. This stuff works amazing. It's one part, no need to mix anything. You squeeze it right out of the tube onto your finger and just whoosh, glaze it on, get it ready to go. It dries fairly quickly if you leave a thin coat. And then I used the sanding pads that I bought for this project, and I used a 400 sanding pad. This took off the glazing and spot putty amazingly well, and you don't need to use force with it. It's very light. We are also going to use the higher grits of this, which will double as wet sandpaper for when we get to sanding down the clear coat. Right now, we're going to use the 400 grit and see how well that works to sand down the primer where it's rough. And once we get that primer sanded down, we are going to be able to get this thing painted. But I'm going to show you real quick. You can see some of the small spots that we puttied up right here. And on the other side, you can see that we have finished sanding all those puttied spots and got the rest of it primered. So now we're gonna jump on, not wasting any more time, and get straight to sanding this thing down. So cue the time lapse.
Note, we're not sponsored by Amazon or Harbor Freight, but some of our links are affiliate links. Using them costs you nothing extra, but it helps us fund more tools, builds, and videos for you. Thanks for the support.
All right, folks, we have finished all of the actual little detail sanding using our microfiber rag to identify those little tiny spots that we might not be able to feel with our fingers and definitely missed with our eyes. It's very hard to see those, and the microfiber rag trick is definitely pro.
Pro tip: using a microfiber rag to rub across your primered surface will allow you to find any rough spots regardless of size. Rub nice and slow, bro.
So all we need to do now is de-dust this entire garage, de-dust this, get the doors shut back up with our exhaust fan going just to make sure everything gets sucked up, and then we're going to clean this all off with a microfiber rag and acetone, and then we will be ready to paint. And I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like.
Oh my God! Wow!
Now, I will tell you this, when we paint this, we're going with very light coats. Less is more in this case. It's gonna take a lot of coats to get the amount of paint we want on there, but it's gonna go on the best if we do it a little slowly. So, we are gonna take our time painting it, and we are gonna get this thing dialed in red for a fire truck. So let's get going on it. guys, welcome back to a fresh new day here at the RevRender Garage shop. I have finished painting the fire truck. It looks great. We got 6 cans of paint onto it, and I couldn't be more excited at how well it turned out. So let's just show you what we got here. It's pretty shiny. Now, the one thing that you don't need to worry about is you don't really need to worry about all those orange peely looking spots here when the light hits it in certain ways. That's all going to be rectified with the clear coat. So I had one little tiny teeny touch-up spot that I had to do, so I'm just waiting on that paint to dry. And at that point, we'll be ready to start throwing this clear coat on. Apparently, when you spray the clear coat, you need to get all the coats done within 1 hour, or you have to wait 48 hours. Yep, this stuff takes 2 days to dry. So we are gonna try to get as many coats on in an hour as we can, because it only takes a few minutes in between each coat to actually dry to the touch. It will harden over the 48 hours, but you can then at least apply another coat on top of it, wait a few minutes, another coat, you get the idea. So once the clear coat has been wet sanded and buffed, we should be ready to start adding all of our vinyl logoing, pinstriping, you name it. Anything that we want to go on this, we're gonna add a grill looking effect to the front of it. We're gonna add QR codes to it. We're gonna add a fire emblem to the side of the truck.
When the is it gonna stop? Who the are you?
Like you see on most fire trucks, and get this thing dialed in and looking good. Once that happens, we can start reassembling the base of this truck, and that'll give us the runway to start designing the rest of the body of this truck. And that'll all be done with plywood, paint, and clear coat. Yep, we're going for an automotive finish on the wood parts as well. So stay tuned, and you're gonna see the clear coat in action, and we will get this thing wrapped up and ready for vinyl. Hey guys, welcome back. It has been 2 days of letting this clear coat dry, and we have got it solid as a rock. So what we need to do today is start wet sanding it, but I'm gonna show you some spots that I was a little disappointed in, and I'm not sure what happened, but let me show you, and maybe someone who knows more than I do about bodywork and painting and clear coating can leave some comments that tell me maybe what I did wrong or why this is occurring. So let's show you real quick. So right here, you can see cracking in the paint. And I don't know why it did that. I mean, we've got the orange peel effect. I already told you, you don't really need to worry about that. You can see like a bunch of orange peel effect right here. And it obviously happens all over the place. It just depends on how the light hits it. So we've got another cracking spot right up here. And then we have also got all along this foot panel. But I'm not worried about this. This will be covered in rubber. This I've got to be concerned about. So we're gonna see how well we can get this stuff buffed out. And I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to wet sand this down and get this looking good. Right here, I have got my wet sanding pads. I've got 1,500 all the way up to 3,000. This I have got a little bit of, well, I've got a lot of water in it with a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and that's going to lubricate the surface for us. I wish I had a spray bottle, but I don't. This will do. And here I have my coffee. This is not going to be a quick process, so we are going to down some coffee while we do it. All right, let's not waste any more time on this. So cue the time lapse and let's get sanding. Quick little update, been working on this back fender. Now look from here, you can see how dull this is compared to what it started as. But I'm gonna show you something. If you haven't watched our painting video on how to turn rattle can into a professional looking paint job, then check it out right here. And let's just walk you up closer to this. You see how you can see little shiny spots? Like one right there, there's some right there. That is what you need to get all sanded down. It needs to be completely dull. So as we get down here, you're gonna notice that we have more right down here. And then we gotta continue on. This is not a quick process, as mentioned before. So just make sure you're ready to put the time in to do this right. Otherwise, it's just not gonna turn out, and any effort prior to that was kind of wasted. So let's get back at it. All right, peeps, I've been working on this thing for a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So I just wanted to show you the progress, and I'm a little excited, and I'll show you why. So as you can see here, we have pretty much got both back fenders done, this back engine area, and I just stopped working on this right here. This was the worst spot for all of that little surface cracking. But let's show you up close here. So this is much smoother. It looks like we're gonna be able to get rid of these. And if you look down here, it still looks pretty shiny in spots here, but look down here. It's gotten all smoothed out. So I think this is gonna turn out great. So we're gonna keep going. Okay guys, another check-in. Been at this for about 3.5 hours now. I'm getting close, but I still have more to go. So let me show you where we're at. We still have to do the very front piece right here. We've done the front fenders and the whole top of the engine compartment. We've done this whole side, and we've done the entire back with the fenders. The only thing we really have left to do is just this side rail along with the little upskirt here, and then this right here. And I'm not too concerned about all of this right here because most of it's gonna be rhino lined. So we have like a nice rubber grippy spot that you won't mar up with your feet and will last the lifetime of the vehicle. So at this point, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm not gonna take you guys through any more of it because it's been 3.5 hours worth already. I'm sure you get the idea. So when we come back, we are gonna be ready to start cutting this in and make it look like an automotive finish. So stay tuned. Guys, it is the next day again. Shane is back and we are ready to start buffing this thing out. He's getting the buffer plugged in and ready to go. We've got everything wet sanded, for the most part dried down, looking pretty good. I think this is gonna look really amazing when it's done. So we're gonna give it a little test spot real quick. We'll take a look at that and then we will cue the time lapse. So let's go check out this test spot and see how it does. Still needs more sanding, I think. Okay. Did I do that? Yep. Son of a... I wonder if that can be... We'll check back in. This is where that spot just was. Shane the master got it out. So we're gonna continue sanding this down and getting higher grit on it because it looks like it's not buffing out as good as it could. We're just gonna have to sand it more.
And we're not body men.
That's right.
So there's that.
Not in this sense of the term.
Everything we're doing is somewhat tested, but we're still running into things that we gotta figure out.
Yep, but I think overall this thing's gonna look sweet. So here we go. look at this. This is beautiful. Can you believe what this used to look like before? I'll show you right here. And what it looks like now, right here. This is crazy. The transformation has been a ton of work, but let me tell you, it was worth every second that we put into this. I mean, when this thing is done, it is gonna be literally SEMA quality from what I can see right now. But we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when the time comes. If you haven't seen the first two videos, check those out so you can catch up on everything that we did to get it to this point. And if you have seen them, get ready for the next one because we're gonna start reassembling this. We have got a lot of the gear already powder coated. So you're gonna see this rim sitting on this car. It's gonna be awesome. And just realize, if you wanna do something like this, all it takes is a little bit of know-how, which you have that now, and it takes time. You saw all the time that I put into it. Just make sure you give yourself enough time to do it. And with that, I'm gonna say check out this video. Maybe check out this one too. And until next time, RevRender out.
As always, thanks for watching. Tune in every Saturday for a new video. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Those likes really help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, RevRender out.